Don't you think my craftsmanship deserves a higher price? Don't you think my craftsmanship deserves a higher price?
Freelancer. Old folks just don't get it.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Everything's ready. Let's go! Everything's... I'll protect you.
Nowhere to run! Judgment is upon you! Guilty! Your penance is due!
Come on! We can do it! Write this on your side! Steady as stone. Time to clean up!
Surrender! Through me, justice is served!
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze!
You're exposed! Grant us your blessing!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Call an Amber! Help! Go!
Do your worst! Let's spark things up a little. Blitz! Flee!
Don't get frostbite.
Just like we rehearsed!
Hear my prayer! Too easy. You're exposed. Try not to enjoy this.
This moment will be frozen in time.
We shall prevail.
Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now... I've already tried that. But all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But this trusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own self. That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Samir. We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't... After all, every person... Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and then I should find someone who's already involved. You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met... Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember... Sitaria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she... We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilou. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest champion. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. The name Sitaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching. The star began to waver. Instead of staying, but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. From the sound of it, Sitaria's just hung up on the research opportunities, but she doesn't really support the Academia. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but from my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and to have a quick chat with a few of the... This should be Setaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Setaria? No, I already have enough information on Setaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods.
Huh? Really?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts.
Of course, of course. In that case... It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. No. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for... many tens of thousands of years? Impossible. Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate for...
I admit that the...
Is that so? Well, that can't be...
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut...
Is this another one of Setaria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself and...
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you...
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from...
I see. We wish him peace and I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day.
No problem. Rest easy, all...
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always...
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Samira's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having an...
Ah, that's right! After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships, but I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hard...
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your study.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make...
So, was that a... Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria. What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems. So I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her home... Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt, Satar. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So... Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for it if we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances... So, you mean you're going to possess those people? Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria. Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the... Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them. Huh? Best of luck? But... That's no problem at all. Huh. That is pretty convenient. But what is she... Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them. You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious when if it was at all possible. Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing... Alright, then let's get...
Come on, enough. Procrastinate. Let's go.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Oh, here she comes. Satori is here. Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her queen, as for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard it.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Are you sure? Those aren't rain-
Well, actually they have many names.
Huh, I see. I imagine that must be hard for the kitty.
So, which fortune?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me?
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the... The gods are asking. Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really...
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand.
I'm sorry, I know. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is of...
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Huh, wait a second. The Scarlet... Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the...
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his...
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
She just ran off in a hurry. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core. Aw, Nahida. All I know are some abstract Harvard-taught theories. Anyway, enough of that. He's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Huh? Wasn't he nursing a leg injury? If I recall correctly, his strong arms had always...
He sprained his arm a while back while trying to show off his strength. I thought you'd heard.
Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that he has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those...
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all...
Akeem! You don't mean... You've also become a believer of the Scarlet...
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a...
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this! You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. But once everything is over, I'll be sure... Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan!
So, Shishan, like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something? Wait, did you just say attic? I thought that...
Well, the restaurant recently added an attic. I've been... Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be...
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's...
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well!
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for... In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who were...
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her. She can no longer justify everything to... Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we... This is the most important part of all.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Metro.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the...
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, child of the Scarlet King. Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt, but no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides,
how do you know me so well?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the... If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps...
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Please tell me, what can I do?
How much do you know about the Sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened, but I know very little about the full scope of the I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirement. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city.
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on... let me see... let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow.
The academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the academia again. It'll be safe.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I...
that'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our... The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one... Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening... Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? No. The truth is the true guardian.
Don't blink!
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the... That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind. Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity. Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. No, I think she's right. It really is a lot quieter. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is... Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria... I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But not... Well, regardless, as long as you're... There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. This hour of the night.
The triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here. But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told him that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the... Yeah. Now that the Doctor's in the picture, but... What are the Fatui after this? Yeah, things would be a lot easier. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But, you mean... Oh, right! Even though he turned it down at the there's no time to lose.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right...
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to...
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru.
The outcast? An outcast from the academy? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat.
You're up, traveler!
Incoming! Cut to the chase! Speed of light!
Pipe this on for some!
I will have order.
Incoming! Hey!
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Higher, pants on fire! Speed of light!
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where... going up against smart people... Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. Where do you... Kale! It's nice to see you again. Are you...
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule.
Oh, Kale. Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tainari? You just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago.
He left? What? Isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants...
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. To leave in such a hurry? Master Tainari originally studied... I know that before he became a forest watcher,
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder... Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to...
Got it. Will do.
How much mushrooms do I need to sell before I can finally buy...
Wait! Look who it is! Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey! This was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're rude.
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure now.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened.
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away.
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled it.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's mind. Also,
The doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha. Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? It feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make... We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to parties? Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental energy. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any... We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. What? Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Traveler? It is you!
The voice! It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this? She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the... Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Paripurna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with when my consciousness made contact with the gods. What is...
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the...
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want...
Hold on. I brought some Spirit-born ale with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish...
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know of, but how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such, alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periportal life, but rather...
Ah! You... Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right. Okay, we finally lost him. Are you okay, Nahida? Wait,
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It's after that, Kainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body, the doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusion.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Suristhon. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight... Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusion... Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh, But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon. You said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida...
Your guess is correct, but...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archons...
Thank you, Tighnari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What...
Ah, that... While all I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different.
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidia Forest?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's if I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like the Doctor and the Balladeer. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project, but then... what is the connection between...
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head...
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will... to Caravan Reebok. It's pretty lively. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Haytham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the... Where did she go? How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. However, had I wished to turn you over to the
Oh, right. You do have a...
I have no interest in running errands for that project. And these days... not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interested. The leader of Ainul Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really—
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more—
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Incoming! Don't blink!
Before us lies Aru Village.
Whoa, this landscape is really something.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you—
Alhaitham, do not think you can escape my judgment. Just—
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would eliminate—
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would—
Seem to me more like your own
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General—
Yes. General Mahamatra Cnyo, head of all the Matra at the Academia.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking it. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you made him out.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless...
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes Amatra's...
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Cnyo. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are, as far as I'm aware, the other... Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two! Ugh! What you...
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for... Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtue, but how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aruville? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense in... Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong!
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too...
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two! Jeez, are all of you...
All right, stop yelling.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who want to tear each other limb from limb? Sure. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aruville.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof. I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have missed...
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of the...
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide. so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a more... Rather, I've chosen to...
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning, and as General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said the power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the
So they really are...
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are not the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold. They are meaningless to the Academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me...
Cnyo seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, well, Cnyo, if that's your story, then...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this,
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the
Al-Haytham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you...
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information. Namely that, from my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port so it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. After all, curiosity...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham. Now, answer me this.
Have I not made myself clear?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dune, I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to it, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a...
Is that all? Well...
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training...
Yeah, Just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as...
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright?
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here...
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with...
Yes. They just keep coming in waves.
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have some...
It's been quite a while since I've seen...
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up? Go! The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be...
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full. I am the chief of Aru Village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert. But I have not been...
I can't say they've always been common. But recently, besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
Another... So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to...
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good... Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. After a period, the academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to invent, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate.
Oh, you're the former general.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, but, is it really a good idea to tag along with Cnyo? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better... Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged. Initially, the people of Aru Village Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. All the houses were after that. The people of Aru Village treated the mad scholar.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Cnyo, do you know if any of the
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they call...
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears... So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha...
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me...
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from... How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you...
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had...
Whoa! Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest.
All right. But for...
Cnyo is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a...
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often... However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed... So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently... The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things.
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or... It's also my reason for fighting.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Cnyo?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I get.
Hey, Isak! Oh, it's you guys! We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa. Really? Wow! Yeah!
All right. Let's ask the local resident.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing...
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since but honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them, even though they act a little strange.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who... He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own... It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to... Well, whatever the case, I'll always be...
Gotcha. Thank you.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know...
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked... And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking...
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he...
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm...
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay, thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Isak, let's head over there. Stay quiet. Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this...
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never... Still, you say he's coming back, but...
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about...
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike...
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village.
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are that...
I have many ways to stop you from talking. So you'd best just stay home, don't do anything, until I've gotten...
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Cnyo is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Join the Aramites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's that, but are you okay? Are you...
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell.
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make up...
Wait, surely
No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
Oh.
What are you looking for, Cnyo?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't...
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, from the size and shape, they belong to an adult man. The scent is quite faint, but still extant.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have an...
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey, what's wrong with liking good food?
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn.
No.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh, are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars...
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let...
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here.
Right. The darker fabric
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to leave the exiled...
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, But as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the
If Paimon remembers correctly...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place...
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Cnyo.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is all... Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. I need to go around and ask some questions. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try...
Alright, sounds like a plan! Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see...
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstone? It was only after I grew up that I realized the Wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance.
That's terrible!
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Thea.
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those...
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want... Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern, maybe... Just our luck. None of them are...
You mean, you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You're here for...
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's...
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we... Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall.
Yeah. Have you seen Engur Delavar?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few...
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar...
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you all...
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more...
Yes, how considerate of you.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A what?
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys, not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also...
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. I knew leaving Cnyo behind was a mistake.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a trap, but you got one thing right.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Cnyo would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Engar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King...
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did...
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views...
See? There you have it.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following orders.
New punch.
Forward Amber! Go! Go!
Cut to the chase. Speed of light.
Impossible! Yeah.
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing, even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one that so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru village?
No task can be done without...
Oh, but instead...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the
Oh! You mean the funny names?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves up. Alcohol has a way of making people
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right?
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on.
Wow! What a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you...
About what?
About how mercenaries only...
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia? Do you dislike the Dendro Archon like...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind it, but I see through it all.
Dia...
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Trap... This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so she's been guarding Aru Village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the effect...
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pack...
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope... Right on time.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem...
We've known each other for some time now.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial art?
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really?
Oh, Cyno's here. And he's pretty early too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes?
Perhaps I need to work on my... Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry.
Yes, ma'am. Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Cyno taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. And so you come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing—
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And
we understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars—
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll—
yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said, I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth! We don't know anything!
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No, that guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu.
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the Academia. Some time ago, people from the Academia attempted to take the village keepers. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same.
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radical. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now.
Not the Academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia. A change in their plan. Regardless, our top priority now is
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track the—
Yes. Pack up and—
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything—
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
You look
Yes.
You have a strong sense of belonging here.
Idea.
What?
Let's get some food in us and then we'll— Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am—
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here mute. Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving—
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter.
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying— Enough with the silence!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with—
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you—
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now—
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some...
Huh? Right here?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Remember what Gandhi said? By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. Glad you're following along. Among those you have... The reason being...
Those eyes.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Cnyo's authority.
Right. You were asking.
She corrected herself mid...
I think it's been a few days.
Remember?
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keeper...
Then why would she...
By getting involved with an outsider...
I'll pass on. You said that she is afraid of me.